Who doesn't love vacation vlogs, even if they're not about cubing? Today, I have a vlog for a 9-day trip to California. So, today I'm going to Los Angeles. I'm at the airport now, and I'm going to be there for 8 nights and 7 complete days. I'm really excited. It's going to be so much fun. Here we are in Los Angeles. We're staying at my great aunt and uncle's house, and it sure is nice. At least the backyard. There is a pool, but it's too cold to swim. Even in California, it's not warm enough to swim in the end of March, I guess. There is a hot tub, though, that I think we'll be able to use. Okay, funny story. So, this morning, when I was at the airport, going through the security line, they took my suitcase and they put it under their x-ray scanner, and I saw that they moved it to a different line. It wasn't going where all the other suitcases were, so I was like, okay, what's going on? And then I asked them, and they said, we need to look through this one, like the suitcase, and it's like apparently they saw something that looked suspicious in there. So they went over to a different counter and they opened up my suitcase, and then they found my bag of cubes, and apparently the inside of a cube looks like a bomb or a gun or something under an x-ray scanner. Probably some of you have already found that out, but if you go to an airport, the security people are going to need to open up your bag and look at your cubes because they look like guns or bombs through an x-ray scanner. Everything's so green here compared to back home in Minnesota. There's like flowers everywhere. Palm trees just look so weird to me because they're so tall and the trunks are so thin and there's no branches or leaves except for a little bit at the very top. Being from Minnesota, I don't see palm trees at home ever, and it just looks so weird to look around and see palm trees. There's probably someone watching this from California who's laughing at me right now. There's probably someone who thinks that maple trees are weird. Okay, so today is really exciting because I'm going to Hollywood. I'll be going to the Warner Brothers studios. Unfortunately, they don't allow video clips, but they do allow still pictures, so I'll be able to do like a slideshow type thing. done at Warner Brothers Studios. So it was pretty fun. It wasn't exactly what I expected. I expected it to be more about video production, and that's interested me since I was in 2nd grade. Obviously, I have a YouTube channel, so I like video production. But it was more just, there was a little bit of how there's a little bit of how movies are made, but it was more focused on like showing sets and props, places where movies had been filmed. So, like, there was one building that had each side of the building looked like something different. So, like, there was one side that looked like a high school, and one side that looked like a library, and then 2 other sides that looked like other things I don't remember. And then inside the building was like offices of people who work there. So the building basically had 5 different functions. Everything was super versatile. Like, they were saying there was a street, and they said like they could put sale signs, and then there would be shops on the street, or they could basically turn the buildings into whatever they wanted to, and they could put trees, or like fake trees, on the street, or parking meters, or stop signs, or whatever they really wanted. So they would say, like, they'd show us a building, and this was only part of the tour. It wasn't all just buildings, there was a lot of other stuff, but they'd show us a building, and they'd say, like, this was this person's house in this movie, and it's also where this character was going to find this character, and they'd list like 5 different purposes that that building had in Warner Brothers movies. There was one point that we went in a building, and they did not allow any photography at all, so obviously I was not able to get any pictures of it, but it was like a building where they film movies in, and at the time we went in, it was set up as a police station. But what was really cool about it was that it was soundproof. So, like, it was pretty loud outside. There were lots of people talking and lots of fans and stuff going. We come in the building, as soon as the door closes, bam, it's completely silent. I saw the walls of the building had, like, insulation on them. It was not like heat insulation, it was like a different kind of insulation. But that must have been what kept the sound out of the building. Look at the view from here. And up there is the Hollywood sign. I'll get closer to that. Here we are. The weather's really nice. It's like 75 and sunny, and there aren't any clouds at all. Okay, change of subject. The bark on this tree looks so interesting. Like, okay, some people probably think this is totally normal because they see it all the time, but to me this is so interesting to see types of trees that I don't ever get to see at home. Look at the bottom of this tree. It's like normal bark until the bottom. And that cactus sure looks weird. Right now we're on our way to Griffith Park. It's 4,000 acres, which is about 5 times the size of Central Park in New York City. Here we are. This is the root of a tree, and it sure looks cool. This tree might just have the most interesting bark that I've seen so far on this trip. I would not want to live in one of those houses on the hill like that.
Baby!
over there, that football stadium, that's where the Rose Bowl football game happens every New Year's Day. I found another interesting tree. This one is pretty normal, and then at the bottom, the trunk just gets super wide. I just finished setting up a pretty large order at the cubicle. So I'm not gonna tell you what's in it, but definitely look out for a large unboxing video coming soon. Only 4 puzzles, but a lot of other stuff that isn't actual puzzles. So yeah, that'll be an exciting video to make, for sure.
That was pretty close. Oh, that was so close. It went over the hole.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Today we're going to the Museum of Tolerance. It's a museum about racism and discrimination and stuff along those lines. And then after that we're going to Santa Monica Pier. It's right on the coast of the Pacific Ocean, and there are shops and there's a beach, and I've also heard that it's the best place in the world for Pokemon Go, but that does not apply to me since I don't play Pokemon Go. I didn't even play it in July when it was extremely popular. I'm done at the Museum of Tolerance. It turned out to be more about the Holocaust and less about racism. Terrible, terrible stuff. They didn't allow photos or videos, but there was some pretty intense stuff in there, and I didn't feel like it was appropriate to put it in my video anyways, so it doesn't really matter that they didn't allow photos or videos. Time to go to Santa Monica now. We're at Santa Monica now, and there sure are a lot of people. Yet another tree with interesting bark. Look at all the cars. There are so many people here. There's a seal. Santa Monica now. It was lots of fun. Today is Monday, and it is opening day of the baseball season. I'm really excited for that, but I know most people watching this probably don't care. Today we're going to the Science Museum. So we're at the Science Museum and we're going to see an exhibit about how Pixar movies are made. That sounds really interesting. I found the gift shop's cubing section. It looks like they just have Meffert's puzzles. It doesn't make sense that the Megaminx is rated 5 stars and this thing is rated 4.5, because this is definitely harder than Megaminx. And then the Gear Ball is rated 5 stars and that should be rated like 2, because the Gear Ball is pretty easy. And this should not be rated 4, this should be rated more. It's a military jet. This is an actual spaceship that went to space. It's really big, but it's a lot smaller than I expected. Here you can see the spaceship next to a regular airplane, and the regular airplane is quite a bit bigger. Here's the back of it. I'm not positive about this, but I think the last time this has been to space was in 2012. This is one of those, I don't know what it's called, like a thruster. That thing in the back there that makes it go. And this is like massive. It's probably 10 feet tall. Maybe not quite that. That engine looks so complicated. It says the spaceship can go 17,000 miles per hour. That's about 30 times the speed of the airplane that I rode to California. So we just watched a movie in the 7-story 3D IMAX theater about engineering. It was pretty cool. This looks really cool. Away from this without getting a clip of it. This is a car engine. It looks so complicated. Like there are so many little tiny parts to it. That's where the Olympics were at one point. Today is Tuesday. We're not really doing much today except going to see a 95-year-old who went to high school with Jackie Robinson, so that should be interesting. Other than that, we're staying at home. Here's the hot tub. I think we can use this later today. So this place, it wasn't this house, it was a different house. But this is the place where Jackie Robinson lived from 22 to 46. In case you don't know, Jackie Robinson was the first ever black Major League Baseball player. He played in his first Major League Baseball game on April 15th, 1947. Then they were called the Brooklyn Dodgers, but now they're the Los Angeles Dodgers. And he faced a ton of discrimination. Statue of Jackie Robinson and his brother. We just finished talking to the 95-year-old who knew Jackie Robinson. He had some pretty interesting things to say. So apparently he met Jackie Robinson in high school and was one of his closest friends and stayed in contact with him through his entire Major League career. He pointed out that Jackie was always humble, always non-violent, never bragged, always was a peacemaker. I'm working on M2 for blind solving while sitting in a hot tub. Pretty cool. Now we're about to leave for what may turn out to be my favorite part of the entire trip. Watching a filming of the game show Jeopardy! So, we're done at Jeopardy! Now. They didn't allow any photos or videos, which really sucks. I really would have liked to get like a picture of the set, but they didn't allow that. It was really cool to watch it in person. They're not gonna broadcast it until July 24th, which is weird considering it's being recorded in early April. That's a big delay. I wouldn't have assumed that. One interesting thing that I learned was that no one knows who the contestants are going to be until a few minutes before the game starts. So they have, I don't know how many, like maybe 10 contestants. That's just a guess though. Like who could play in the game, and then they do a random drawing right before the game starts to see who gets to play. Now we're back at Santa Monica. I'm not going to record very much because I already have footage of Santa Monica. I think it's cool how the mountains just disappear into the fog. So I was supposed to record this clip at Santa Monica, but I forgot, so just pretend I'm at Santa Monica. Something really cool just happened. When we were just walking on the pier, we ran into one of the champions from Jeopardy that we saw early this morning. We don't have these at home. This is a mall with no roof. It's open air mall. Here we are at Dodger Stadium. The game today is Los Angeles Dodgers versus San Diego Padres. You've still got like 40 minutes till the game starts. What do? I cube. First pitch. The bases are loaded. That's just because you're an athletic. Bottom of the ninth with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Dodgers 10, Padres 2. So yes, the Dodgers won by a lot. I guess that's good. Last week, I pointed out that palm trees sure looked weird. Now they don't look weird anymore. I wonder if I'm gonna come back home tomorrow and maple trees look weird. Right now, it's like 4:30 in the morning. Been up for a little bit. Had to get up early to make my flight, which leaves at 7:30. I'm ready to go home. This trip was lots of fun, yes, but I'm ready to go home now. Best vacation ever? Definitely not. That would either go to when I went to Vancouver, Washington, or New York City. So we're at the airport now. Interestingly, this time they did not have to look through the bag that had cubes in it. I guess they didn't look like weapons this time. Look at that, it's a Disney plane. We're going over 100 miles an hour now. ground looks very interesting. I'm trying to imagine what this would look like up close. Rivers look really cool from up here. It's so interesting to see the way everything looks from the sky. We're almost back home now. Downtown Minneapolis. I see the plane's shadow down there. Okay, here we go.
So I know which runway we're coming in on. South one.
Now it looks like we're going fast again. Up in the sky it looked like we were going slow. And we have landed back in Minneapolis.
St. Paul Water Tower.
So, that trip was a lot of fun. The video took way too long to come out. As I'm recording this right now, it is June 28th, about 2.5 months after the trip. Right when I got home, I put the video on hold and worked on other videos instead. Then I got really busy, and then I just forgot about the video. But now it is out. In 2 days, I leave for another trip. First, I'll go to Madison, Wisconsin, and go to a cubing competition there. Then I'll hang out in Chicago for a few days, and then I'll continue on into Indiana for US Nationals 2017. I'm so excited for that. Definitely expect a video for that. I'll do my best to make sure that it will not come out 2.5 months after the fact. I'm getting close to 100 subscribers also. So, thanks so much for staying around until the end of this long video, and I'll see you in my next video, whatever that is. Bye.